Divine Collective. Right now, you could hear a pin drop in spiritual court. In the cosmic realms, they're laughing. The supernatural beings are laughing. Looking at the 3D spiritual courts, it is silent. You have a lot of people that reluctantly have to admit that you have been divinely sent to do extraordinary things. But there's nothing extraordinary about you. There's something very supernatural about you. And your spirit team has stepped in. And this is a retrograde that nobody will ever forget. Is it still retrograde? This is how you know. When you know that you know you're in the North Node. Is it a full moon? Is it a new moon? Is it retrograde? Are the planets aligning in Aquarius, Pisces, by way of moon cycles, and Saturn and Jupiter? What exactly is going on in the galaxy? When you know you're in North Node and you have to say that, that really is a rhetorical question because all is well, always, and always, all four corners of this earth right now is celebrating the Kindred Soul Tribe. Listen, if you're new here and you just came across this video, it's not by coincidence. This is exactly where you're supposed to be, and I'm so glad that you made it. Welcome. Welcome back. If you're returning back, let's see what's going on. Somebody has to admit that you're blessed, you're gifted, or as they say by way of colloquialism, you're blessed. People have to admit that. Something about your rebirth, something about your transformation, something about your DNA upgrade, something about destiny, something about fate, something about your spirit team stepping in, something about you taking whatever you were given, whatever it was, good, bad, and or indifferent, and you turned it into stardust. Oh, well, they wanted to see alchemy. They wanted to see a magic trick, but there's no magic in that in the traditional sense, okay? There's alchemy, there's science, there's respecting the laws of physics. I just heard you're rewriting the laws of physics. Okay, Holy Spirit, what's going on? You have people that have to admit that you are the gift to humanity. There's a lot of you tapping into your spiritual gifts because you've done the work. And you know what's so interesting? Even the people that reluctantly wanted to admit this about you, you never needed them to know anything about you as long as you and Creator know what it is you've come to do. But you have people that reluctantly did not want to see you in this light because that was merely a reflection of their divine neglection. You shining let these people know that they were neglecting, I just heard, rejecting degenerates. Rejected, I'm getting a lot of downloads. Well, listen. You represent the fact that these people who were reluctant to admitting that you were sent to do something great, you only made them illuminate the fact that they had neglected and turned their backs on the creator source. Your shining became a good example and proof that divine providence is all powerful, all seeing, all knowing, and that the creator can never be compromised based on divine plan for somebody's life. I just heard somebody came in the spirit of Esau, made a deal with the spirit of confusion, also known as the tribe of Jacob in the traditional sense, and sold their soul for a few morsels, a few pentacles, a little bit of food. Somebody didn't sell their soul. I stand corrected. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Somebody sold their birthright. These people are watching you claim what belongs to you. Ten of Pentacles and the gift. This is divine inheritance. Something about the universe coming in at a time that people didn't suspect the universe would show up. And the universe said, surprise, surprise, some mother freaking prize. Something like that. That's what I just heard. Mum's the word. Now listen, these people won't admit that you've encouraged them. They're really silent about that. Now they're like, oh my goodness, we need to get ourselves together. That's fine. Because what they did not see is that the divine was using you as an example. Sometimes people need an example of divine intervention. Sometimes they need an example. They need to get a front row seat watching the divine deliver you out of the hands of the wicked snares of the enemy. But when your inner me is in alignment with the divine, then what exactly is it that they're seeing? But an example of transformation, destiny, gifts, rewards, incentives, presents, and they're just sitting in the background, not wanting to admit they have to get themselves together. Okay? A lot of people miss that boat. Divine feminine energy, unapologetically, empress energy, divine fertility, giving birth to new realms and new achievements. I'm telling you, you've mastered the law of physics and you've added something to it. Psychologically, biologically, you're adding stardust as a special component by way of just wanting to see everybody happy. But first and foremost, because this is your energy, divine chosen one, you never lost your faith. You know that the divine is real. There's no belief system that can come in and separate you from what it is that you know, because you know the divine for yourself. You don't need anybody to know it for you. You're not looking for anybody to show you the way, because your spirit has already been guided by way of a spiritual contract with Creator to go exactly where you need to go. And whatever you need to know on a need to know basis, whatever needs to be known will be known by way of divine timing. On a need to know basis, first and foremost, the law of authenticity debunks all this impersonating energy, a lot of pretendo energy. A lot of people pretended to be something that they weren't until they realized that holding this level of spiritual rank, self value, by way of you holding sacred to your relationship with the Creator, what they saw was that there's a lot of work that goes into this, right? Yeah, that'll shock a thief, somebody that just wants to come in and take and steal, and that'll shock them up real good. It's like trying to steal something that they don't even know how to operate. Again, this is custom fit, tailored fit destiny. Somebody comment down below. My divine birthright can never be sold or stolen. I'm not coming in the spirit of Esau. I know the value of my birthright, and my birthright is divinely protected and directed by the Creator. So I'm just going to sit in that. I'm just going to enjoy that. Okay. Somebody comment that. That was a really long comment, but it's a good thing to attend to, right? To ascend to assimilate to. That was a good affirmation. Something about the quagmire, okay? So you have somebody dressed up in this disguise, if you will. We saw right through it, okay? False identification, impersonating somebody else. I feel like somebody showed up trying to trick the universe in this quagmire energy, trying to take your birthright, okay? The spirit of Esau, ooh, there's somebody that disrespected their birthright. If you know the story, then you know the story. It's a really good story to get familiar with, just for educational purposes, right? Let's see. Yeah, it's game over. Okay, so something is over. But in order for something to be over, there has to be a new beginning. Yeah, something about your empowerment, standing in your power. Uh-oh, let's see what's going on. Divine Mother, Divine Father, Holy Creator of all creation. Show me what it is. Use these beautiful divine cards to just send blessings down with the Ace of Wands and give us divine intervention as we collaborate with each other to bring attention to divine providence, to whom all praise is due. Yeah, I can't make this up. Something about offerings and sacrifice, okay? These are good sacrifices. Sometimes you have to let go of things in order to bring into fruition wish fulfillment. Oftentimes there's an inventory, a self inventory, a soul check. Sometimes you got to check with your soul. You got to check in with yourself. You got to ask yourself, are you doing okay? You good? Do you need anything? Yeah, sit with yourself. Take good care, right? Something like that. Those are real divine interventions. Those are real divine conversations. But it's game over for a quagmire energy, an impersonator that tried to take something from you. You got the real King of Pentacles here. Earth, wealth, possessions, and diligence, work ethics. Capricorn represents decent work ethics. Taurus represents spoken word, your vibration, what you request from the universe. It's in alignment with your heart chakra. So you speak it and so it is. It's all good. So you spoke something really good over your life. Then you have that Virgo energy, which is your intuition. Come through Earth sign energy, King of Pentacles, in order to manifest something. I can't make it up. And you got the Two of Wands, and you put yourself on the straight and the narrow. This is birthright energy. Okay. This is justice. This is balance. This is in order. This is liberation. This is free spirit. This is sovereignty. Clarify what's going on, Holy Spirit. What is the deal? Uh-oh, you got the Five of Swords here. So Mr. and Mrs. Impersonation were in person in a quagmire's energy. It's a spiritual entanglement, entrapment, a setup. Stand here and I'm going to show you something. Well, we were nowhere near this trap door where somebody wanted us to stand. Immediately something was completed and it was an ending, game over. Okay, so the Five of Swords, we put our swords on the ground. And when we did that, we decided not to engage in some type of tedious battle that had nothing to do with our next level by way of our birthright. And this invoked a tower. Okay. So these people had nobody to fight. Okay. They had nobody to curse. They had no cause to curse. They're just out here. Remember, the Five of Swords is a very deep card. You know, when you think about the Five of Swords, look at the way this person's standing there with their swords. Okay. They got all the swords. They got four swords in the ground, and it looks like everybody's walked away from the battle. When you put your sword in the ground, it's like, I don't want to fight you. I'm good. Okay. I kind of know how this thing is going to turn out. And besides, my birthright is calling me. And so, by way of divine right, I'm going to make a right instead of a left. I'm being chosen to do something, 1144, and I'm going to follow the divine, right? So, Five of Swords is like sneaky. It's like walking away from a fight and somebody is provoking you. They want to sneak up on you with a sword. That's what the Five of Swords is. It's like, hey, I'm not fighting you. But somebody thought they were going to be able to sneak up on you, catch you in your blind spot. But instead, they called that ass a tower and their mask fell off. And the moment they showed us identification, the face didn't match the picture. We're like, who the hell is this? And what the hell are you doing here? Okay, clarify. Somebody was trying to trap somebody. Oh, well, I feel like they feel a little ignorant, spiritually ignorant to the fact that this would not go well. It's like I hear the divine saying, they didn't know that wasn't going to work. Yeah, I just heard stating the obvious. My spirit team is pretty funny. Big shout out to my spirit team. Thank you, spirit team. My spirit team is so funny. My spirit team is amazing. My spirit team be out here just, collecting information for me and showing me things, and I am eternally grateful. But yeah, I heard my spirit team say they didn't know that wasn't going to work out. This is a bad impersonation of somebody that was trying to show up to claim something, some type of property that belongs to you, an inheritance, a gift, something that rightfully has your name on it. It's tailored fit. It's custom fit. Somebody comment down below. My divine birthright is custom fit. It only fits me and nobody else. And when you're amongst other people who understand that type of affirmation, affirming this to be so, they too have their own star. So you resonate on a high vibration because they're kindred souls. Yes, the Ace of Cups. I just saw 1333 on the timer. Something was taboo. Somebody went up against an ascended master. Do as thou wilt, but don't come this way, or you're going to get yourself peeled back like a banana. Somebody's got to split. Somebody's got to do a squat. Somebody's trying to see what's going on and what not. Well, what's happening is a tower. It's so quiet in spiritual court. It's so silent. When I tapped in to meditate, I'm like, damn, ain't nothing going on. What's going on? It's so quiet. It was so quiet. It's like I tiptoed into spiritual court. Like, what's going on? That's me tiptoeing into spiritual court. I'm like, what the heck is going on? It's so quiet. Tower. Five of Swords impersonation, because these people have to admit that you are chosen by the divine. I can't make this up. And that your intuition is on point and that you do not miss when it comes to your birthright. Your birthright is a very extensive, intricate contract. It's one between you and the creator, nobody else. That's it. Okay, you're going to go down to earth? Yes. Okay, well, here's your contract. You're going to do this, 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 and this, and this. Here's a list of the people that you got to make amends with, or do this, this, and this, and this, and this, whatever your contracts are. Okay. Maybe you came to settle karmic debt. Maybe you successfully settled karmic debt. Maybe you settled karmic debt sooner than what somebody had anticipated. And now you're going into new contracts. But whatever this intricate contract is so sacred. It's between you and the divine, and it can never be broken. Nobody's compromising their birthright, right? So somebody sold their birthright. Now they're in the Five of Swords, okay? And they were trying to trick you out of your birthright, but you decided to go somewhere else. Yeah, I can't make this up. This is Holy Trinity, honey. This is divine nature. This is an agreement with the Creator. This is fate. This is future. This is now. This is what's going on. Transformation, upgrade, and supernatural DNA. Baby, we are in the light body, feeling very light. A heart as light as a feather. It's all good in the spiritual neighborhood. You could hear a pin drop. You could hear a little mouse licking cotton. That's what I just heard. That's how quiet it is in spiritual court. Ace of Cups and the Ace of Wands with the Ace of Swords. It's so funny because I feel like, I just feel like there's a level up. Okay. Justice is being served. And anybody that was sneaking around in that Seven of Swords, Five of Swords energy, it's a no. We got partnerships with the Two of Cups. That's giving kindred souls, meeting good people, just loving life. Okay. Clarify, Holy Spirit. There's a Queen of Wands in the reverse here that's being exposed. Okay. So Queen of Wands in the reverse is somebody that's, negligent, okay, in every aspect of the word. I'm not going to go into the breakdown of somebody's character to this capacity or the lack thereof. I just heard somebody's lacking decent ethics, decent character. Okay, so this is the kind of person that feels as though they have to be disrespectful. They're very disrespectful to people. Okay. Usually, when people are this disrespectful, they don't have self respect. It's very easy. So, somebody's just putting out what it is that they feel they deserve, but they'll never admit, right? It's a nasty energy. Queen of Wands in the reverse is also somebody who gives bad advice and they are just reckless. Could be any sign in that nasty energy. Okay. We're not going to isolate it to just, oh, it's a fire sign. Could be, but somebody recklessly used their power and now they're getting a tower. Okay, clarify. Oh, yeah. Somebody's in denial too. The Nine of Cups in the reverse. So something that they sought out to do didn't work out. Okay. Nine of Cups in the reverse is Piscean energy. That's also about vision. So somebody could be in a dream state. Okay. Nine of Cups in the reverse. Somebody may have made an agreement with the marine spirit. Okay. Or some type of energy with the Nine of Cups in the reverse. What happened? Yeah. To try to take somebody's power. Okay, so strengthen the reverse. A. I'm gonna just keep it real. You got a lot of people barely hanging on, y'all, because of what they did. I like seriously, as much as I really don't want to see this for these people, I wouldn't wish this on anybody. Yeah, somebody stabbed somebody in the back, somebody betrayed somebody. Somebody's goal was to sneak up on somebody. This is not even a fair fight, okay? Because somebody knows that you wouldn't engage in battle. This is the feeling that I'm getting because with the Two of Wands, look, your back is turned. You're gazing upon the horizon. You're thinking what's to come, foresight, and you're planning accordingly. And you're looking at the Ace of Cups, Ace of Wands, Ace of Swords. The scales have been balanced with the Two of Cups, and you're meeting really good people along the way with the Two of Cups. This is like kindred souls partnership. So your back is turned. So somebody thought, well, I'm in the Five of Swords. I'm going to sneak up on you as you're going down your path and try to impersonate some type of energy in order to get close to you. But instead, somebody found themselves in a tower. Queen of Wands in the reverse, Nine of Cups, and strength. Somebody is really, yeah, I just heard down for the count. So impersonation could also be somebody pretending maybe people around this person didn't know that they were like this or that this was a witch, basically. It's like a dark ass witch. You got the king to the queen of pentacles. Somebody gets to be with their person. Okay. Divine feminine, divine masculine. There's a lot of money here, a lot of destiny, level up, gains, increase. Okay. What's this energy over here? What's strength in the reverse with the Nine of Cups? Somebody was trying to take your energy, the hermit. Somebody's been sat down. Somebody wanted your sacred energy, your sacral chakra, your creativity. but they're in strength in the reverse. Nine of Cups in the reverse. Something definitely did not work. Instant backfire. Clarify the Five of Swords and impersonation. What is the deal? What is going on? Pisces energy, Page of Cups. Somebody comes up as a spiritual minimalist in the sense that they do the bare minimum because they feel like everything that they see that somebody else has is for the taking. That's a bad way to think. Yeah, that's not a good way to think. Somebody does the bare minimum because that's all that they can do. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, with the Lovers. Okay, Gemini energy. Something about retrograde. Something about the Lovers, King and Queen of Pentacles. There's a lot of good energy here. A partnership coming into fruition. Somebody does the bare minimum again because they feel like whatever this is that they're doing behind the scenes. Clarify what they're doing. Yeah, the Ten of Cups. They feel like you're just supposed to celebrate with them and let them take it. I don't know. This person, the way they think is odd. They feel entitled to this, but they don't want to do anything to maintain it. They just feel like they can do certain things. Make an offering. What's this offering? Somebody made an offering to a spirit. Show me this person. Yeah, they made an offering to something real dark. They're trying to get out of some type of contract, okay? This could be a karmic feminine that's angry that somebody is going about their way, or this is just a random witch that made a deal with something really dark, but the devil's in the reverse, which means that something has backfired. So some type of wish fulfillment went unfulfilled because it wasn't in alignment with anything good. See, this is the thing, collective. When you stay up on your prayer life, when you stay up on your spiritual hygiene, your protection, you're having these real conversations with the divine, you're moving accordingly, according to spiritual law, you're not bearing any ill will towards the universe. It's so easy for this energy to backfire. And this is what these people, whoever they are, this witch, this warlock, whatever they got going on, this is what they don't want a lot of people to know. But once you become really knowledgeable by way of protecting your energy, you don't have to covet somebody else's gifts or money or beauty. Or no, you have your own. You cultivate that because you have a real connection to the divine with the Ace of Cups. Somebody over here was doing the bare minimum. So I feel like they were working with an entity. Somebody wanted the entity to do all the work while they just sat back and received somebody else's gifts. But strength is in the reverse. Nine of Cups is in the reverse. The Emperor is here. And somebody was obsessed over like a situation. Somebody's like obsessed over what somebody's birthright is, y'all. Okay. You got destiny. You have birth path. You have destined path. You know, all these things come together by way of your birthright. But somebody kind of wanted, like, yeah, somebody wanted somebody's birthright. That's crazy. Impersonation. They wanted to impersonate you to get your birthright. You know how deep that is? Because your birthright, again, that's a contract that's orchestrated before you even come into the physical body. These agreements are made in the spirit with the creator of all things. Hey, I'm going to send you back into the world. I need you to show love. That's your assignment. See you when you get done. I'll meet you back here and you'll return back to source. It's that type of an agreement. So then you come into a physical body and you have somebody that's all about the physicalities. Would profit this person to gain everything in creation by way of the earth and lose what is important to them by way of their birthright. Somebody's coming in the spirit of Esau. And you know, Esau couldn't negotiate his birthright back. This could be a feminine, a masculine, doesn't matter. But something is non-negotiable when it comes to the devil in the reverse. Okay? Something wasn't able to be switched out. Yeah, I'm telling you, somebody might as well just, I don't even know what they need to do. I can't give them any advice because I feel like somebody did exactly what they wanted to do with the Ten of Swords there. Notice the way this is mapped out, the way somebody's sprawled out. Okay? Ten of Swords, I feel like somebody's exhausted. This fell right on top of the Ten of Swords. Look, the Knight of Wands. Somebody did this so fast, in a haste. You know, you got to be real mindful of the anxious spirit, you know, got to hurry up and get this and hurry up and get that and hurry up and get this money and hurry up and get to work and hurry. It's like these are people that are always going with the flow, but they really don't have a plan. right? They're just always in that anxious energy. And this was nothing exempt of that. Somebody was always, it's like somebody rushing to make decisions in a haste, which means there's nothing that is being thought out. There's no thought process. There's no inclination to feel, discerningly what it is that you're supposed to do. There's no room for divine conversation and divine intervention and your inner self telling you, hey, don't do that. Must have, one has to make room. There has to be room for that type of dialogue when you're going to make this type of decision to compromise your birthright. Be that as it may, what does that have to do with the person who has not compromised their birthright? You're coming out as an earth angel collective. Your angels are helping you to balance this out. You're coming out with one foot on the land and one foot on water, part man, part woman, part angel, part supernatural, part amazing. Yeah, the Five of Pentacles wanted to come out. Something about you being able to temper, alchemize, in alignment. This is what happens. You're coming out as the Empress, Divine Mother, beautiful fertility, Earth Angel energy, carrying the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Wands. Listen, my beautiful soul tribe is amazing. My beautiful soul tribe is amazing. Eight of Pentacles is your birthright. What have you come to do? There's a remembering in that, right? And you know what's so interesting about your birthright? It changes over time, right? Because the contract is unfolding as it should, as you need it to. As it goes on, you'll see that, oh, okay, I'm supposed to go this way. Okay, creator. Oh, creator, you're leading me this way. Oh, I have new contracts. Oh, okay, close that door. Those contracts are finished because we're merely looking for the stamp of approval from the creator. That's it. To whom all praise is due. Couldn't do this without the creator. Anybody saying otherwise is delusional. You got a lot of people that forgot where they came from and they started to get like a little big in their spirit, but in a very nasty way. I feel like that's how they were when they didn't have anything. But when they got a little something, they forgot, and God had to break them down and humble them down a little bit. You know, it's like somebody talking about somebody who's homeless. And it's like, well, weren't you like two steps away from being homeless if it wasn't for the divine? Right? But those are conversations that are had between them and the creator. In no way am I here to be on a three-way call with somebody and what they're talking about. But this is what I'm saying. I feel like somebody got very comfortable doing something very negligent. And they got so good at it that they didn't think that something was going to come to an end until, in fact, an end definitely occurred. Game over type situation. You got the Hermit, the Knight of Wands, the 10. Listen, something got exposed, okay? It's your light that they wanted. They wanted your sunlight. They wanted your knowledge. Okay, the same old regular stuff. But what were they willing to do to get it? Apparently, they were willing to act in haste. What weren't they willing to do to get it? With the Sun and the Ace of Pentacles, your spirit team got alerted that somebody was reaching for your pentacle. With the Sun, it's like saying that the alarm system was sounded. With the Ace of Pentacles, spiritual security stepped in. My spirit team, my spiritual security stepped in. That's what I just heard. Yeah, I can't make this up. Something backfired real fast. Eight of Wands in the reverse. Whatever was communicated to a deity, an entity, a principality, for you wrestle not with flesh and blood. But somebody's wrestling with their flesh and their blood. I don't know. That's some type of demonic contract. Close that door, spirit. Yeah. You wrestle with powers and principalities, right? But we don't wrestle with any of that. We just send angels to take care of that. Something about really big war angels. Okay. Because with the Eight of Wands in the reverse, Queen of Wands in the reverse, Nine of Cups in the reverse, Strength in the reverse, it looks like somebody's ass is under severe judgment. King of Wands in the upright with judgment. I can't make that up. Who's this King of Wands to the Queen of Wands? Is this the same person? Somebody's trying to straighten up and fly right. You got the Three of Wands in the reverse, okay? Aries energy, could be any fire sign energy, could be any sign. Somebody just misused their power. Whenever I think of fire sign, I think of war. I think of no justice, no peace. There's healthy wars. There's things that we're supposed to fight for that are good. Yeah, fight for that. Speak over your life. Fight for that. Fight in the spirit. but do it the right way in alignment with the spiritual law. You ain't got to get indignant. You ain't got to get out of character. All you got to do is adhere to your birthright and your commitment. And if you should so happen to feel a little weak, just revisit your commitment with the divine and say, okay, what was it that I came here to do real quick? I need a little bit of encouragement. And the Most High God says, I'm going to send help. I will never leave you nor forsake you. Yeah, invoke your angels. Listen, okay? You ever grow a little weary? That's okay. Peace be still. Have a seat. Sit down. Have a conversation. However long it lasts, be anxious for nothing, but in all things have understanding and supplication and application. It's one thing to know, but to sit on the knowledge and not execute it or apply it by way of application is really just equivalent to being that of somebody that lacks nothing, lacks no relationship. What good is wisdom if I can't use it? So I have to be wiser with making these decisions. In translation, you starved the devil out and the devil fell on his head. Something like that. Clarify what's going on, Holy Spirit. You got the 10 of Pentacles in the reverse. Somebody tried to come for your spiritual gifts. Somebody tried to come for your power. Somebody tried to come for everything. And they ended up taking a tower. The 7 of Swords. Now they don't know what to do. Somebody could be taking a shower. Somebody could be trying to cleanse this energy off. Whatever this is, baby, it's stuck and it's up. Because I'm going to tell you why. It's coming from the divine. Judgment, Ace of Cups, Ace of Wands, Ace of Swords. Somebody tried to come for somebody's Ace of Swords. Their divine intervention, their intuition, their discernment to see the truth, know the truth. Ace of Wands, their divine creativity, co-creating with source. Everything that you create, you co-create with source and you give reverence to the creator. And then you got the Ace of Cups. This is emotions from the heavens. This is the divine saying, I hold you in high honor. I have chosen you to represent me amongst humanity. Go about your journey. This is your birthright. With destiny, the star, transformation. I'm going to put you through a transformation because you need to transform in order to get to this level. Divine feminine energy. And then there's something about a level up, okay? King and Queen of Pentacles is somebody that's really financially stable. But look at what's above all that, above all the finances, the money, the whatever, the gains, the increase, the level up. There's the Ace of Cups, which is your commitment and your emotional dedication to the Creator. Come on now. You got the World and the 7 of Swords. Somebody got caught trying to keep a door open and ended up getting messed up. Real bad, y'all. Like this is not even funny. It's silent in the spirit realm. 10 of Pentacles in the reverse. Oh my God. Somebody forfeited their birthright, trying to take your birthright. And when they realized they couldn't get their birthright back, they then tried to come even harder for your birthright because you didn't fall for the trick. Somebody tried to trick you. Misery loves company. Queen of Wands in the reverse with Judgment and the Tower and the 5 of Swords. It's always a good 5 of Swords, you know. These are people that know they have no right to curse you. They don't have a cause. So the 5 of Swords is like sneaky, you know. They think they're creeping around in the dark. That Creator don't see everything. God saw everything. God sees everything all the time, everywhere, everywhere. Please don't play the Creator short. You can if you want to, but you're going to find out soon enough that that's not a good idea. The Creator that created the galaxy and the stars and all the planets, even the ones that man cannot see with the naked eye, that NASA has not discovered, you know, those ones. Let's see what's going on, Holy Spirit. Yeah, this is some type of trickster energy. Show me this. Let's see this Queen of Wands. You know what, y'all? I don't have my other cards here. I need my other cards. That's fine. We'll use these. These will do the job. These have been prayed over. Yeah, here they go right here. Here she is. As soon as she pops out. I mean, as soon as I open the deck, she pops out. What did I say? She pops out? Evil eye energy. Oh my God. Those evil eye are the nastiest ones. The evil eyes are the nastiest ones because they're the ones that want to give you the evil eye without needing to give you the evil eye. Something about your future. Okay, that's what this was all about. I just heard you do the hokey pokey, bearing false witness, gossip. Oh man, this person went in for it, didn't she? Who's this Queen of Wands in the reverse? And King. Oh God. Well, damn. There you go. Somebody that was trying to pull the strings. of manipulation for anybody that would make themselves readily available. That's what I just heard. Yeah, we're not available for no damn manipulation. We're available to speak the truth and see the truth. We're truth speakers, truth seekers, and we always find out the truth. All praises be to the creator of all things that allows us to see the truth. The Ace of Swords is always taking center stage. Oh my goodness. Clarify. Queen of Wands in the reverse. What's the manipulate? Oh man. Damn. Queen of Wands in the reverse. Somebody did death magic. Manipulation spells, death magic, chaos. Oh my goodness. Clarify this Queen of Wands in the reverse. It's under severe judgment. Okay, this could be oh man. Okay. Oh wow. Well, listen. Spiritual court is now in session for this person because they're being carted off to spiritual jail. Okay. A karmic feminine. Okay. A femme fatale. Somebody that was in agreement with some type of entity. Okay. And then I heard faith. Okay. So they're still hoping that something goes in their favor. Child, wait a minute. My left ear is ringing. Spirit says, do they know they've already lost the game? They still are expecting for something to go in their favor? Yeah, they are. Child, I know you lied. Is this happening right now? It's so quiet in the ethers. You got expectation. Somebody's still expecting that your birthright will somehow be transferred over to them. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. 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 Mm-mm. Ooh. Ooh. Listen, somebody is still hoping that the devil delivers your birthright. They're praying, but this case has already been decided. You're the star. You're following the North Star, the Eastern Star, the Western Star. All the stars are aligning for you. Aquarius energy. Your heart has made it through the rites of passage. The universe loves you. You adore the universe. You're remembering what your contract is with your special gifts, divine masculine. Somebody wants this energy real bad. And they're hoping that this still works. That's the part that's really interesting to me. But somebody's ancestors are showing up in spiritual court. Okay, so something could have happened. Somebody's obsessed with your bloodline. Somebody's obsessed with your bloodline, like your ancestors. Wow. You got a lot of people. Child, wait a minute. Somebody's grandmother is coming through. Somebody's grandmother is coming through. Health concerns. What's this energy, spirit? Imprisonment? Commitment. Somebody made a commitment to an entity. Somebody married an entity in a ritual. Now this entity is in love with them. Child, this is weird. This is what somebody's grandmother is saying, okay? Somebody's ancestors coming through. This person is saying that somebody did some type of ritual with an entity, like they married an entity, took a vow to an entity. Oh my goodness, child, this is too much. Okay, clarify the who is this here? What's her name? What's this one's here? The Queen of Wands in the reverse. Yeah, somebody's ancestors. Okay, close the door, spirit. That's enough. Thank you. Okay. Somebody did something, a lustful energy. Okay. This could be a succubus energy. Somebody's shocked and surprised because they're still hoping and expecting that this entity is going to deliver them your star, your heart, your gift, your divine masculine side. This could be an actual divine masculine and something about your success. But now somebody is sitting up wondering if this is going to happen. My thing is it not a red flag that everything has backfired and that, God has pulled the plug on this situation? The devil ran off on the plug. Most High God unplugged the plug. These people are plugged into what it is that they've set up for themselves. And why the imprisonment? I cannot make this up. So how could somebody still be anticipating? Okay, clarify. Karma. So karma's here. Karma says that things are being made fair. Yes, karma. Talk to us, karma. What happened? Listen, karma is defending the earth angel. Something about you being blameless. Minding your business. Minding the business by way of what you've agreed to when it comes to source. Yeah, don't forget your spiritual contract with the creator. Somebody wanted you to compromise that. Somebody wanted your contract. Okay. Instead, they ended up in poverty. This could be spiritually, mentally, physically, manipulation, death magic, karmic feminine, lusting energy. Now they're still hoping that something still happens in favor of whatever this is that they've done. Something about a surprise message. Okay. Clarify. Somebody is sad because you are who you say you are. You got emotional pain. Somebody is sad because they did something in haste, y'all. Knight of Wands to the Queen of Wands in the reverse that just came out in the previous spread represents somebody doing something real fast without thinking. Big assumption energy. This is why you can't judge a book by its cover. This is what happens when people see people and they judge them at first glance, or they don't know their spiritual reputation. Or maybe you're going through an awakening and people try to get you before you realize your birthright or something like that. Whatever it is, it was very intrusive. It was very, very premature. It was immature. Something about divinity. Somebody is crying, begging the Most High God for forgiveness. Clarify, you forfeited your birthright? Yeah, listen, I can't make this up, because whoever the healer is, you've transmuted this energy beautifully with the help of the creator. This is the type of healing that people have to admit. There's no way around it. They have to say, like, damn, yeah, this person really is like blessed. This is somebody that's really connected to the creator. Because if you watch this from a distance and you see this entity running rapid and you see people doing things that they have no business, it doesn't take long before you realize that somebody is really connected to the creator, the great I am. So what exactly is the expectation with emotional pain? Somebody feels as though they want to do something differently. Clarify, they want to do something differently, spirit. But what more can they do? They have a contract. Somebody signed away their birthright. And when they realized that they couldn't get it back, they then tried to take somebody else's birthright. Clarify? Something about ascending beautifully, moving on, and minding your business. Okay? Divine Feminine. You got a good Queen of Wands out here, and you got one that's not a good Queen of Wands. This wanted to come up in the reverse. Oh, God. What's the High Priestess? Why did it want to come up in the reverse? Because somebody was trying to achieve your crown. That's why. So this high priestess in the reverse, they anticipated would be an earth angel, because the goal was to take your crown and block your intuition. Achievement. I can't make this up. They didn't achieve it though. Now somebody's saying, hello? Hello, it's me. You got opposition and you got child and travel. I don't know what these people got going on, but they really need to watch it. Okay, clarify what's happening, spirit. What else? Something's being seen beyond the veil. Something can't be covered up anymore. Somebody can't fake it. Somebody can't. It's just clarify. Something about divine protection. Something about you being in a protective bubble. Thank you so much, Divine Mother, Divine Father. Something about you being a mature woman. Now, mature doesn't have to be like somebody that's in their elder years, okay, 70, 80. Mature could just mean that you took the high road. Maybe you took a mature approach, okay? But you could be very, very young in spirit, like myself. What's going on, spirit? What's the deal? What is going on? I just said, like myself, divination. Okay. So somebody could be getting divination. You could be finding out through divination. You could be getting confirmation. You already know your intuition is your best guide. So divination is really just in addition to what it is that you already know. What's this divination? Uh-oh, somebody's finding out that somebody's in love with you or something like that. Okay. You got a Queen of Swords here. What's divination and enamored? Okay. Yeah. Somebody went and got a reading. See, these people gonna get enough going and getting readings about the collective. Somebody seeing you as the king and queen of all the king and queens in the upright. Your birthright is beautiful. It's been activated. Okay. It cannot be deactivated. Somebody is mad and bitter because they could not transfer this energy, transfer this wealth, transfer your birthright. Your soul is not for sale, and somebody forfeited their whatever, and somebody's, oh, excuse me, somebody's finding out. They don't want this to get out. Somebody's like, shut the hell up. You always talking about love and enlightenment. Never. Will never shut up about how beautiful the divine is. Somebody went to a reading and found out that somebody's enamored with you. Okay. Some of y'all are looking real good. Okay. Looking real good, attractive. You could be just minding your business. You figure something out. Okay. You figure something out. You figured out what to do. You're doing the homework. You're looking at yourself. You're checking yourself, checking your homework, dotting all your I's and crossing all your T's and ascending to your highest states of divinity. This is so good. Okay. So somebody went and got a reading. Okay. This King and Queen of Swords, Ice King energy. Okay. Ooh, you got held in high honor in the reverse. Somebody forfeited their birthright, y'all, for what they thought would be a better birthright. Isn't that crazy? Somebody had a decent birthright. Somebody was supposed to be held in high honor. Whoever this Queen of Wands is, yep, in great energy. This is somebody that was ungrateful. Somebody wanted to forfeit their birthright, or they did actually, for your birthright, for something that they had anticipated would be better. It's almost like saying, when the divine offers you something, it's like shunning the divine, saying, oh, that's not good enough. That's not a good thing. I wouldn't turn down the hand of the divine. Be a good, big, small. If the divine says you can't have this yet, but just it's okay. Yeah. Let the Most High God mold and shape you to get you ready for that which is in alignment with your heart's desire. Sometimes people in this situation lusting after this and writing off their birthright as if it wasn't an honor to have a birthright. When you got a birthright, that means that you have rights and laws and spiritual protection that protects you while you're here to do your work. Yeah, don't you want to have a good life? That's really what it's all about. And somebody minimized the offer from the divine and they turned it down and immediately they forfeited their birthright. You got nice guy here. Something about a divine masculine. Okay? There's a divine masculine here. Okay? And you got destruction and opposition and travel. Lord have mercy. I don't know what these people conjured up, but it's very, very dark and they're mad because whoever this person is, they're destined for wealth. They're destined to inherit something from their bloodline and their lineage. Okay. And so this person could be enamored with a sweetheart and somebody got a reading and found out and this really pissed them off. Yeah, here they go. I can't make it up. Look, I can make it up. Somebody likes how peaceful you are too, divine feminine. That's what's up. I love that. You got divine feminine, divine masculine, and unbothered. I'm telling you, this is a relationship. So somebody got divination done. Somebody's like, oh my God, this person really is that person. Okay. Nah, I mean, this is the thing, y'all. Look, third party situation. And so they did something to try to separate you from your birthright. And whoever this masculine is, this feminine is, this person is a part of your spiritual contract. Yeah, you're not worried about this. You're just chilling. You know that everything is coming in at divine timing. Okay, so yeah, what else is new here? You've gone through some type of transformation. Some of you could be changing. Somebody could be changing the way they dress, changing their hair. Okay, splurging a little bit. You got real love here, y'all. Damn. Yeah. Whatever this destruction, opposition that was trying to oppose your achievements and your intellect and your good karma, your earth angel status, and all of this, all these things are solid because this is your agreement with the creator. Nobody can break an agreement with you and the divine unless you forfeit it. But I don't see that you're doing that because good karma is here. You would have never have done that. Somebody was anticipating that you would have done that. And so when you did not do that, it emotionally thrusted this person into some type of emotional pain, coming to the realization that your birthright is your birthright and you're not giving it away. Now they're mad, okay, pissed off, and somebody went straight into the dark. Somebody is kicking themselves in the ass. You forfeited your own destiny for something that could have never belonged to you. That's crazy. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Ten of Cups, I can't make it up. And the Lovers. Look, it's something about joy, happiness, the lovers, divine feminine, divine masculine. These are lovers and family members, kindred soul family that people can't get next to. It's like it's an energy. I'm trying to explain how to explain this. I'm trying to see how to explain this energy, y'all. Okay? It's just radiant. It's just beautiful. It's divine intervention. It's divine protection. It's something that everybody on this planet should experience. Okay? You don't have to take it from anybody. You just simply have to surrender to the divine plan for your life. And somebody made a really big mistake, okay? Whoever this person is, and they're not willing to hold themselves accountable. Clarify this Queen of Wands in the reverse. What's going on here? Seven of Pentacles. They're still heavily invested, hoping that the divine or the devil or somebody is going to do something for them. Clarify. Queen of Wands in the, yeah, this stuff is under judgment. Okay. I'm being guided to stop here because Spirit says what's going to come next after this. I can kind of foresee the way the cards are going to fall. Yeah. 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 Okay. It's all under judgment. Okay. As far as the chosen one, you're somebody that people have to give you your respect. Okay. They have to. You've been through some of the hardest spiritual battles. You've come up against some of the biggest demons. You've held your composure. You prayed when you needed to pray. You were quiet when you needed to be quiet. You fasted when you needed to fast. You were disciplined. You were obedient. Your prayer life is on point. You talk to the divine. You project out what it is that you want. You bear no ill will towards the universe. You're in your light body and you're ascending beautifully. Yeah, this is what it looks like. Somebody's got something else going on. I'm going to leave that there. Okay. It's guided by the Creator. Holy Spirit, beautiful angels, my spirit team, I call in all of my light energy, please and thank you. I stand in divine alignment with divine assignment, feeling as though the Creator is really well with me right now. Thank you, Creator. I hope I'm doing a good job. Thank you, Creator. Thank you for all of the love and the support. And I hope this really helps somebody, if you are up against a spiritual battle, okay? It's really not a battle that belongs to you. 9 times out of 10, it's an old spiritual contract. Could be this life, a past life. Focus in on your divine contract and invoke your angels, okay? Pray over yourself. Predict things over yourself. Speak affirmations over yourself. We are in the time of transparency. Again, it is law. Bear no ill will towards anybody on this planet. Do not curse without a cause. You don't even have to curse at all. With this level of spiritual protection, I'm telling you, the angels are on it instantaneously. Now is the time to really enjoy life and focus in on everything that's good. You don't even really have to look over your shoulder anymore. These people are walking right into booby traps. I mean, supernatural things are happening. You ever just walk through the valley of the shadow and the illusions of death and you ain't fearing no evil? Because the Most High God is with you. You got angels on the left and the right and the back and the top and the front of the. You just walking through. Do 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 do. That's me walking through. Just do 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 do. Yeah, your energy is protected. Your endeavors are protected. Okay. You've cleared out a lot of karmic debt within the bloodline. A lot of you took on spiritual contracts that did not even belong to you. You didn't clear out your sister's debt, your mama's debt, your daddy's daddy. Some people that weren't even alive, okay? Ancestors that were trying to torment you on the other side, you set them free. Now you get to experience sovereignty. You get to experience the Creator in a very beautiful way for yourself, right? Yes, we are aware that there are people who unfortunately compromise their birthright. They still have contracts that have to play out. They went into deals with the devil and deities and entities, and they're still focused in on what the celebrities are doing, still chasing the white rabbit. Okay, listen, I'm just saying so many things going on. But right now, honestly, y'all, it's only one timeline. That North Node is something good. That North Node is something good, and don't compromise it. You don't compromise that. It's impossible to, because you're too activated. You're too aware that you're aware. So then you become more aware. You can spot certain frequencies around you. It's so important to know your demographic, because when you get on that right timeline, oh my goodness, it's so good. You will meet the kindred souls that you're supposed to meet, and it's going to happen so effortlessly. That is an intention. That's an intention, okay? I got on my little soap box at the end here. Thank y'all for the love and the support. I love y'all so much. Y'all are amazing. Thank you for supporting this platform, Spiritual Core TV, the hypes, the likes, the loves, the shares. I'm just eternally grateful. I will absolutely see you back here again. Thank you so much. And I love y'all, okay? As always, I come in peace, and I will leave you until the next time with peace as well. Peace be with you.